How much are you looking forward to starting the season?
Can't wait. Can't wait to get it started. This last year, Jarrod and I joke, it's the farewell tour. So we're trying to get it started.
How do you feel about yourself?
I feel confident. Confident I can play, confident what I can do, confident I can contribute. So
Is this team ready, John?
is this team ready for
3 games in 5 days?
Well, 6 months ago, half these guys were playing AAU ball. I think they're ready. They're a lot, as far as conditioning wise, and they've played 3 games in 5 days and 3 games in 1 day, a lot closer to today than I have. It's been 4 years since I did that. So I mean, we're ready to play. We're just worried about 1 game at a time, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but in those games they weren't playing defense.
Depends on who you are.
It's not the same.
No, it's not. It's not at all. But I mean, we just want to take it 1 game at a time, have fun with it, and just go from there.
You guys have been a little banged up here lately. Everybody sort of back. Feel like you're going to be reasonably healthy as a team going into this?
We'll be as healthy as we can be going in. I mean, guys are banged up. We've been having physical practices, getting ready for 3 games in 5 days. I mean, we're just trying to get prepared and get ready to go.
How much different is this team with Andrew out there?
He's a floor general, and you guys will see he can play. He's really good. And I guess I had never seen him in a point guard setting where we actually really needed a point guard instead of, I mean, this is the only other time I've really seen him is pickup games. So I mean, he's a floor general. I like it.
Did you get to look at him yesterday? He was with you guys yesterday?
Yeah, he was on the other team. He was on the blue team yesterday, going against us on the white team. And we went back and forth in practice and competed and just had fun.
What's the difference when he's in there versus when he's not in there?
I mean, one day you can't really tell, can't really make a judgment call just because you have to be consistent on how you play. So I don't want to say that we're completely different, but he runs the team, and he's a true point guard.
John, is there a big difference between playing point guard and being a point guard?
Yes, there's a huge difference. I mean, like if you look at the NBA, Steph Curry plays point guard, or he is a point guard. He doesn't. I mean, that's not who he is. He's a 2 guard, but he's forced into that role. If you're forced into the role, you're less likely to thrive and succeed.
Is he not shy about bossing people around even though he's a freshman?
Oh, no, not at all. He takes control of practices. He takes control of our scrimmages, and he just all-around point guard, what you would expect.
Every game, no matter if it's a blue-white game or anything. So I don't think, honestly, personally, I don't think there's much difference between those two. Obviously, I mean, it just means more because it's going to go on our record, but the crowd's the same. We're approaching it the same way, so there's not much of a difference.
Cal doesn't approach any differently, does he?
No, Cal's the same every game.
How about for you, just managing the game, what you were able to do against Montevallo, going to the point and kind of starting that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing the point for 3 years now, whether it's in practice or the games last year. So I kind of, I guess, knew what more to expect than the freshmen did. So, I mean, it was good for me, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Do you approach this any different with it being 3 games in 5 days?
Not really. I mean, obviously we're probably not going to have as long of practices in this next 5-day stretch, but I mean, Coach Cal's been really getting on us that we have to be 100% focused for these games, and I think we've done a good job with that yesterday in practice, and today we're going to have a great practice because after that it's game in a matter of 5 days. So we'll see if we're ready or not.
Do you prefer that? Do you like just going back to back to start the season, or would you rather have some breaks to kind of learn?
I mean, as a player, I prefer that. I don't know about the coaches, but as players, we just love to play the game, and I think with the adrenaline rushing, and I don't think there's going to be any fatigue in those 5 days. So I think we'll be ready, and I think we're excited for it because we've been playing against ourselves for so long. We're just excited for new competition and
How much does
games.
this team miss Andrew, Jarrod?
I think we did a lot. I mean, he's a really good point guard, and honestly, he hadn't got to practice that much with us because his knee's been bothering him for a while. So getting him back yesterday, I think, was really good, and it's just going to be a process about getting him in and just learning how to play with him.
Did it look like the knee was bothering him yesterday, or did he look like he was finally – did he wait long enough that it's he's feeling better.
Yeah, I think he definitely waited long enough. I didn't see him limping or anything at all yesterday. He looked like he was going 100%. So I'm not really sure the specifics of the injury, so I don't really know how to talk about it. But he seemed fine in practice yesterday.
You and John taking the old man's tour, starting your final go around.
Yeah, he calls it the farewell tour, I think. Yeah, it's a lot of lasts that we've always talked about, so that's kind of bittersweet in a way.
Talk about the toughness of this team, and is it good enough, and what's lacking and what's there?
I think we're definitely a really tough team, really competitive team. I think that's the biggest thing about us is that we all just want to win no matter what. We might be wrong. Coach Galloway says we might be wrong 70% of the time as far as X's and O's go, but at the same time we're competitive and we want to win, and I think that might make up for some of the young guys and the freshmen and not really knowing where we're supposed to be at times. So I think that's the biggest thing.
You started against Montevallo. I think you got the loudest ovation in the starting lineup. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely cool. I think I've had one start before, but that wasn't in Rupp. So, I mean, for me personally, growing up in Kentucky and always watching the starting lineups, and then me being in Rupp starting was really cool for me.
Are there enough take charge guys on this team?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of take charge guys. We had the rims up yesterday, so where the ball couldn't go in, so we were really working on rebounding, and it started to be a battle. So I think we definitely have a lot of leaders on our team and people that are willing to go the extra mile.
One of Cal's main points last year was you all need to talk to each other more when you're out on the court. How has this group in terms of that so far?
I think it's been a lot better, and honestly, without even the coaches really having to get on us, I think that's just kind of part of our mindset is to always be talking to each other, and I think that helps us a lot because we know what's behind us if we're guarding the ball and things like that. So we know we got each other's backs, and talking is really going to help that.
How much can Andrew sort of physically, I know you haven't seen him a lot, but just sort of physically impose himself on other point guards? You don't see many that big.
Yeah, I mean, he's way stronger than I even thought. For being a freshman, he's really strong. Obviously, he's 6'5" or 6'6", so he's probably going to be bigger than the guy he's going against every game this year. So he can definitely be imposing on another player, and I think that's one of his biggest attributes is just his size and strength.